welcome, guys, welcome, girls, and every human in between. It's your girl with the locks coming at you with another installation of Bear With Me. As always, like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend that the podcast is up ready for your enjoyment. Found on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcast, and Amazon Music. Oh, and don't forget, leave a review for those of us listening on Apple Podcasts or Amazon Music or wherever. Please leave the review. Let's get those numbers up. Speaking of numbers, guys, I have the most exciting news thus far in my podcast hosting journey. Last week, I was doing the editing and I was just looking at my analytics on the distribution site that I use. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and every human in between, because all are welcomed here. Anywho, y'all, I even just think, okay, just get it out. Looking at the analytics, I can see what platforms are most used or most active, and I can also see where it's being streamed. And oh my goodness, of course, US of A. There were some very interesting cities, though. I say, okay, friends across the land, I'm here for y'all, here for me. But y'all, Bear With Me podcast is international. International. What do you mean? Oh, okay. Y'all, I got downloads in Belgium. I got downloads in Germany. I got downloads in Mexico, Canada, and Hong Kong. Like, oh, and this other country called Georgia. Like, ooh, y'all, just, ooh. I'm super excited and happy. And I was just looking at the screen in a little bit of disbelief, but why? Because you out here. And then also just pure humility and just like super happy because, okay. Thank y'all. Thank y'all, thank y'all, thank y'all, thank y'all, thank y'all. I am very happy. Those views in those other countries, whether you clicked on me by accident, but you couldn't have because I see a couple of downloads, so it wasn't like no accidental thing. But however you clicked and however long you stayed listening or watching, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Because it's giving it's giving the roots are setting themselves. Like a couple episodes ago, I was talking about growing and being repotted. But, the roots are getting settled, and I'm here to see what is going to flourish. So, yeah, like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend, and tell a friend to tell a friend, y'all. Like, we out here. Also, more exciting news. What are the odds that my 2-year locaversary is the same day that a new episode drops? And I'm here for the hang time. Ooh. Y'all head over to my Instagram, girl wit, WHIT _ Delocs, DALOCS. Check out my Instagram so you can see just how far I've come in my journey, how much the hang time is hanging, so forth, etc. So yeah, that's all the important updates I have to share with y'all. Let's get into this week's topic. To know girl wit is to know a good time. When you're with me, you're going to have a good time. Period, point blank, simple. And to know that I'm a good time, to know me is to know that I enjoy outside and inside. That's what today's topic is about, outside and inside. I love outside. I love inside. It's crazy because I remember growing up and my mama used to be like, you don't never want to sit down. You just want to rip around the streets. You just want to rip around the streets. And I'm like, I mean, I used to deny it heavy. Used to deny it heavy. You can't lie with you like outside. And there's nothing wrong with that. But I also love inside. Over the weekend, okay, let me start at the beginning of where we're at with this story. So about 2 weeks ago, after I finally got power, we ain't gonna get into it. But after that, after I got my power, that weekend on Saturday, I spent the whole day in the house. Only time I went outside was to walk Bubba. And it felt so good to be in my space and to be still because I'm driving back and forth, doing this, doing that. Like it was just a lot of constant. And so that Saturday, I was in the house all day. And it felt so good. However, on the flip side, I was ready to be outside because I've been up in and with Bubba for 8 days straight. I need time. I need mom time. So just going on somewhere and just let me go outside. So y'all, after that weekend, that next week, I went outside Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. I say, ooh, oh, okay. She real outside. But that's what I needed. That's what I wanted. That's what felt good to me. Okay. So this past week, I went outside Friday and Sunday. And over these last 2 weeks of being outside, there's some things that I've kind of known, but we bringing it to the podcast to really discuss. One, outside is expensive. I don't know how I be outside as frequently as I be outside and don't really like break the bank, if you will, because outside costs like, y'all. Like I told y'all, about first date woes or something like that, whatever that story was. I can go outside and drop 60, 70, and not blink twice about it. I know my daddy gonna lose it when he hear that, but daddy, you know I like being outside. But anyway, I love a good time. I love a vibe. I love an aesthetic. I'm here. If I'm going outside, I'm going outside. Like, what are we not finna, yeah. But it be expensive. Example. Sunday fun day, right? After brunch, we head to the bar. Cool. So I'm realizing, or I've learned in the last month or so, tequila's my move. Gotta let my homeboy JMO go. Like, adios, Jameson, because you don't sit well in my body anymore. We used to have a real good time with the ginger beer and the lemonade, but now it's too rough. So tequila, that's what I'll do. So we go to this one bar. Cool. $8. Run it. Got it. We could do this. But I also pace myself because I'm a fast forward with another highlight that I've learned. I've gotten better at my pacing because now I can go and kind of go and go and go and be just fine if I pace correctly. You know, if anything, I'll wake up with what I call stomach drunk. Y'all let me know in the comments if y'all know the feeling of stomach drunk. The head ain't really dizzy and woozy. The stomach don't really feel like you got to throw up. It's just like a little, it feels drunk. Like I don't know how to describe it, but I call it stomach drunk. Y'all let me know if y'all have ever experienced stomach drunk. So we at this one bar, Espelon. Oh my gosh. Why did one of the people I was with say Irish car bombs? Irish car bombs, sir. This is not 2009. What are we do? Oh my, y'all. When they sit, I don't know how many people who follow actually know what an Irish car bomb is. So let me put you on game with what that is. It is, I don't know how many ounces of Guinness and a shot of, I think, Irish cream. Yeah. And so you drop the shot of Irish cream into the Guinness, and then you have to down the whole concoction before it curdles. And it's, yeah. I remember the first time I did Irish car bombs, and I want to say it was like 2008, 2009, one of those years. And it was I it was crazy. Um I can't remember that night. I remember taking maybe 3 or 4 in a relatively fast fashion, and I was like, "Ooh, we good on those." And so when people bring those up, I think back to my first, and I want to say my last time that I physically remember, but I could be wrong. But Irish car bomb is not something you want to play with. It's it's just not. So when he said that, I was like, "Uh oh, we doing this, and you for real?" And then when the man brought all of the Guinnesses and all, I said, "Wow, we're here." And ain't no punk in me, so I gotta go and it's Sunday fun day. Well, we got to, so here we are. Took it. Cool. Whatevs. Next, we did a little hopping here and there, and I'm a person, what you can't do anymore. Well, sometimes you kind of can, but we ain't gonna get into that. On the grand scheme, you can't really make me take a order a drink or take another shot. You just can't, like, because I know I need to pace in order to ride the wave for however long we're doing this. Like, I know I have to take a timeout. Like, I'm not finna take an Irish car bomb and then run back a beer. Mm-mm. Can't do it, won't do it. Mm-mm. And didn't. I just sat while everybody drink. I say, I'm cool and I gotta ride this wave because I know, fun fact, it takes 30 minutes for your body to process what you just put in. So, like, let's say you take a shot at 10 o'clock. That shot not fully taking effect until 10:30. So for those of us who like to run it back, run it back, run it back, you have to like count however many 30 minutes of liquor you've taken, because by the time the next hour comes, if you've taken 2 shots, you got double the, I don't know if I'm making sense with that one, but just know that you should kind of like lay low for 30 minutes to see where you at, and then be like, okay, we can run it some more. Because by the time it all come crashing in, you might have just shot yourself in the foot. But whatever. So we like, all right, the group kind of disbands, everybody kind of going their separate ways. But my ladies, we still want to keep going. All right, cool. We finna hit up the next spot. Hit up the next spot. I'm like, well, I'm finna just keep up with this Esplanade. $8 over there, gotta be around the same price, right? Uh-uh. They wanted 13. Five whole extra dollars for the same liquor? What are we talking about? What are we talking about? I'm like, is it the location? Is it the name on the door? What's going on where this shot of tequila was just 8 and now it's 13? I still bought it, but still, like, what are we doing? And yeah, outside is expensive. And I don't always like that, but I participate. I could almost get a hole punch card for being outside, but I know a couple of people who kind of got me beat on the outside tip. But whatever. Outside is expensive. I'm getting better at pacing myself. And another thing that I realized that I really appreciated for Sunday Fun Day, outside with good people is always going to be top tier. Whether you're doing a full on bar crawl, whether you're just doing a nice lunch date, if you're with good people, it's going to hit. Two stories about good people. Excuse me. So, Sunday Fun Day. The night is kind of winding down. We kind of are realizing that it's not going to really get greater than this. All right, so let's get maybe a little cocktail, post up, eat some snacks, because this one place had all day happy hour. Yes, thank you. And we were sitting First off, the aesthetic was cute. Like it gave date vibes, it gave girl night, it gave a lot of things. Off into the distance, I could see the Olympics on the screen, so I was getting what I needed in that. And we was just all like chilling. And the music was bomb. Like who was on the aux? Don't know, but shout out. And that was one of the things I remembered the last time I was there when I was like, let's go here. It's nice. It's good. It's gonna give us what we need. So the music, we like, dang, who on the aux type? But you know what? Keep what you doing. So cause we rocking. So this song, Heartbreak Anniversary by Giveon comes on. And you know me, I'm gonna sing. So we kind of all kind of start singing a little bit. And one of my friends was like, I don't want to hear this song. And I was like, yeah, I get that. And so let me just paint the picture of where I'm going with this. All three of us are single, and we are in different stages of our singlehood. I've been single the longest. Then there was another girl. She is more recently single, but it's kind of been a little bit. And then there's the fresher, like not even that long ago type single. And so we're just chilling, and then like it just falls silent. And I could see, feel, and hear all of us like thinking a little bit about the lyrics, a little bit about like the relationships that have ended for us. And I just broke the silence, and I was just like, over time, what you're feeling, because I was more so speaking to her directly. I was like, what you're feeling is going to wane. And after so much time, you'll find an appreciation for that relationship. Like for me personally, I can't do nothing but have gratitude towards my ex. Like I appreciate your what you brought to my life. I appreciate what I learned. And so I'm very grateful for our relationship. Like nothing but gratitude. And so that was like a little moment. And then I said that, and everything was kind of like still. And then I said something to break the ice, and then everybody was back laughing. Ha ha he he. And so I say that because like it was good. It was good. It was great. It was awesome. And then it also felt like we were in an episode of Harlem or Run the World, just the way everything was said. And I was like, come on, Black Queens, Black Girl Magic in full effect in this thing. And I was here for us. So outside with good people will always bang, no matter how much you spend or how much you don't spend. I love a good time. And I love being in my house as well because in between Friday and Sunday, I took a bath on Saturday. Ooh, y'all, that bath was amazing. I was telling one of my friends about how I love taking baths, and she was like, I do not like taking baths. Like, I'm not gonna just sit in water. I was like, oh, okay. But I was just like, no, I can sit in that tub easy 1 to 2 hours, just like living, okay? And so it was funny because one of my friends was calling me right as y'all ever getting ready to get into the tub. Nature calls, and now you got to get out the tub or get out the shower to handle business. Like, why? Come on, body. But y'all, that tub felt so good. Ooh, yes. Self care is the best care. Ooh, is that a quote? Is that a hashtag? Don't know. Run it though if it is. But yeah, so that's outside versus inside. I'm here for all three. Um, Meet me in the comments and one, let me know, are you more of an outside or insider? How you feel about outside being expensive? Because one thing I miss about college was how cheap outside was. Um, I really miss college outside. It hit different too. Like those nights were some great nights. So yeah, that's that part. All right, let's get into it. Game of Thrones update. I'm noticing a slight commitment that now not a slight commitment that now I'm gonna have to meet. Last week I had just finished season 2, No, I just finished season 1. I was finna watch season 2. Well, this week I'm starting season 3. You heard it, 10 1-hour episodes in 7 days. That might sound like a lot, but then also not, because 7 days, that's like a episode a day. But 7 out of 10, I'm doubling up somewhere. And sometimes even more, because I will watch and fall asleep. And what I got to do, run it back. So I've given more than just 10 straight hours to Game of Thrones. But that's my business. Ew. Game of Thrones. Excuse me. Um, I have, again, a lot of thoughts and feelings, and I'm here to share it. Numero uno. The egos are so bothersome. So what I did was, before this, I took notes and made sure that I talk about some of the points that I want to talk about. I specifically want to speak about the egos of Theon Greyjoy, all of the Lannisters, and specifically Joffrey, whatever we want to call him. Let's talk about Theon. This little boy was, as he want to call in the season finale, a prisoner of Winterfell. They brought you in his house, in his kingdom, castle, family, raised you up from when you was little, cared for you, did this, did that, do. For you to then go to your daddy set island, Ironlands, iron, whatever they call. I'm still learning the name, so bear with me. And then now you want your daddy boats or his army, and he like, so you could do something for some other folk, and now you stuck like, I really want the love and acceptance of my daddy, so now I gotta prove, and now you finna go backstab all of the Starks. Like, what? And then the way he came to Winterfell and just started trying to throw his weight around. He didn't even have the, what was that called? He didn't even have his army men from the Ironlands. He didn't even have them on his side. They was like, bro, you not one of us for real, for real. And now you got to prove yourself. And so now he being extra, read all about it. And I'm just like, now you moving real dirty. And you ended up losing. Like, you really thought you was out here moving. Stop playing with yourself. Play with somebody else. Ugh. Then I will be honest, I thought that he really did hang the youngest Starks. I thought Bran and Recon, whatever that boy name is, I thought they were dead. I was like, no, I need Bran. Don't go. So the emotional roller coaster still exists. So that's the Lannisters. Ooh, the daddy. I don't really got a whole lot to say about him, because right now he just in his bag, and the way he is about money, and his Lannisters always pay their debts. Like, I'm here for your wealth, but you really just be throwing your wealth around with your weight, or in your weight, or your weight in your wealth. How I'm trying to say it. That don't really sit with me too well, but you a real one. You a G. You an OG too. And then we got Cersei, however they say her name, and Jaime. This man has been a captive of about 6 different camps, and you still got the nerve to be talking stuff. Humble yourself, son. You are literally chained. Okay? What are you doing? Shut up. Like, irritating. But that man gonna talk his talk. He just knew that people was coming for him. He just knew. But it's like, y'all, it's so many people. You gotta have a pen and paper and a notepad. And I feel like I'm so behind. I don't know that all my friends, if I were to be like, so help me understand, if they gonna remember season 2 or season 3 readily, to be like, oh yeah, this, because that. And I don't be wanting to bother people. I just be like, let me just process on my own, receive, and make whatever conclusions it's all gonna unfold anyway. So now we're gonna go specifically to Jeffrey, the king at the end of season 2 of the seven realms, the seven kingdoms. That's what it's called. The seven kingdoms and the protector of the realms. Okay, vocab coming in. Yes, yes, yes. This little boy. Ooh, it's like I don't know what type of grooming. I don't want to use the word grooming. I don't know what type of prepping his mama did for him to like one day you gonna become king. Da 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 da. Like his daddy died and he just went in there and just really started trying to big dick. Oops, sorry parentals, I'm grown, but you just really out here just like I could kill you, I could do this, I could do that. Son, you can't even hold a sword without a broke wrist. Boy, stop playing with me. And now it's time for battle because Stannis pulling up with his army and you trying to go run to the cave with the maids and the maidens and the princesses and the queen. Well, no. Sit out here and command these soldiers. You really want to talk about it? Walk the walk, okay? Stop playing with me. Stop playing with your city. They got mad because they threw some cow poop on him when he was out with them, bro. Now he's like, kill them all. Kill them all? What? You don't understand how capitalism works? You don't understand how it is? Okay. I don't see. This is why you need a history lesson and really sit back, Joffrey, because now I'm about to put you in timeout. Ugh. So that's him. Then we have Stannis and Renly, I think is what his name was. Woo! Those for those of us, because one of my friends, she listens and she's not watching Game of Thrones yet, but she might be watching Game of Thrones. Come on and tap in so we can have stuff to talk about. Well, we always have stuff to talk about, but you know what I mean. Come join me. Come join me. You'll like it here. Renly and Stannis are the previous kings, Baratheon. They his brothers, and they should be the actual heir of, or yeah, they should be next in line for the throne. But Stannis got baby girl. I don't know what kind of spirituality she got going on, but she gave birth to some stuff to kill Renly, and he got upset that he lost the battle and then started choking her out like, where's your God now? Where's your God now? Bro, like now you gonna choke her out. Now you ain't got no type of guidance, but her plan or her connection to higher being helped you get to where you at, and now you finna just kill her because you lost the battle. Like, relax. Like, relax. It's just they just be cutting up on this show. And Ned Stark, his daughter, Arya, I don't know how to say Arya, whatever. She was a cup bearer, is what I think they called it. For Lannister, the OG, because I forgot his first name. I want to say it's Tywin. I don't know. But she could have used her position in that castle to really get some stuff going, and she almost showed her hand. But thank goodness that Jockin, that man is assassin. You need him on your team because he say, give me a name. Boom, dead, untraceable. He was it or is it. Y'all, let me get to the season finale for season 2. So Jon Snow, bless his beautiful heart. Ooh, what a beautiful man. It's got to be the hair. It's probably the hair. But anyway, so he's a night watcher now. And him and a whole bunch of people, they headed north beyond the wall where the wildlings live. It's like a warm up to the wildlings. It's like some people who live in the wild, but like on the other side of the wall, but I don't know. And then it's the actual wildlings. They are basically, I don't want to call them possessed, but how do you want to call it? They got these blue eyes. They're zombies. Yeah, they're zombies. They're essentially zombies. And so they all, John, he made me mad when he just killed a little girl and then ended up almost dying. And then I was so confused. Now, this is where my friends can tap me. I'm going to lean on them. Please let me know, what was this whole beef going between John and some elder of the Night Watchers. And then he killed him. And it was just, I was a little confused because I was like, is this a setup? Is this like a passing of the torch? Confusion. Not going to even go too far. Like, I'm just going to leave that way it's at. So, Jon Snow also made me mad because they captured one of the little people that live beyond the wall, but they not the wildlings. I forgot what they call themselves. Um, but he was supposed to kill Shorty, and all she did was sweet talk him. He a virgin, and he listening to her. It sound good, and all of these different things or whatever. And so she ended up getting away, but he caught her up again, then getting away, and then she ended up luring him to him being trapped and attacked, and all of it. I'm telling it kind of out of order, but that's not even important. So it was a mission when Jon Snow, the elder who went on the mission with them, and then these three other dudes who was like all recent nightmen, night watchers, or whatever you want to call themselves, new recruits type, and they on this mission to go beyond the wall. One little boy, his name's Sam. He left his family because his daddy thought he was a disgrace, and he was like, go make a name of yourself, or try to make a name of yourself and be a night watcher or whatever. So he also, this part, on their way beyond the wall, I don't know what this little area was called, but there's this man who he has wives, but his wives are actually his daughters. And so every time he gets his kids pregnant, or his daughters / wives pregnant, if it's a boy, he gives the boys to the wildlings. He like go walk to the forest, lead a baby, and then the wildlings come and take the baby. He was like, what I do here, it keeps the peace. It's a peace offering. It'd be more in this and this, that, and the third. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's what you think and that's what you feel, but that's not even really what's it. Because at the end of season 2, Sam, one of the little new recruits of the Night Watch. It's Sam and 2 other dudes who was on the mission with them. One blast, I forgot what that means. Second blast, the little in-between people. And then the third blast, wildlings. The other 2, they heard that third blast, they started running. Sam looking dumb. We already talked about what happens when we hear 3 blasts. So start running. Well, no shade, no tea. He wasn't running. He looking around. What are you looking around for, goofy? So then he sees a wildling off into the distance. So then he runs behind a rock. Like, if they walk in your direction, you think they not going to see behind the rock with you, goof? So he hiding behind a rock. A horse, face half eaten off. This is when I realized that these wildlings are essentially zombies. Because they half looking dead. Like, some people still got swords and that. Like, you can see skeletal mass and all type of stuff. It's crazy. So what I'm assuming is the king of the wildlings. He looked at Sam, could have saw to his whole soul. Sam was just looking at him, and then looked away and looked down and started sniffling like he knew he was dead. That man they didn't even kill him. He just shrieked, and they all just kept walking forward. Y'all, the camera pans out, and you see an army of wildlings. A mixture of the people who live out in the area where the wildlings live, and a mixture of what used to be night watchers. This man done recruited an army. So you telling me this man that keep giving his babies to the wildlings ain't doing nothing but helping to grow the army? So now I'm concerned, I'm excited, and I'm nervous for season 3. Let me also go back and talk about the Lannisters because, what's his name? Tyrion, the dwarf of the Lannisters. He cold. They need to give him his respect and his flowers because he is how they low-key stayed alive until the OG Lannister came through with his army, because they was going down. And now let's transition, because I ain't got too much to say about that. Let's transition to Daenerys, or Khaleesi, mother of the dragons. She got a little bit of an ego too. But her ego high key be paying in her benefit when she really be throwing her weight around because it looked like the Dothraki was not finna make it until they got to Karth. I'm low key, mid key, confused about Karth, Karath, something like that. That vault was empty. So they out here acting like they got money, but they ain't got money. And they luring people in. I'm gonna need one of my Game of Throners to tap into the comments and let me know what's going on. Because for her to put baby girl who used to be with her and him in the vault, woo, that's tight. That's tight. That's tight. So yeah. Game of Thrones is really, it's giving. And I'm very upset because now that I've made this indirect challenge for myself to finish a season in a week, I'm also trying to watch the Olympics. And I I want to watch the Olympics. I do. And I can always go to Game of Thrones. I can always watch it. It's sitting there. And trying to get stuff to align with the live and not watch the prime time events because I don't want to highlights. I don't want to recap. I want to watch and get excited and hold my breath and exhale and do all those things. I want to enjoy it. But I go to work. So when the stuff is live during the middle of the day, I'm at work. And I know that if I were to just put it up on my second screen, it's a bust because something not gonna get done right. And so I'm quite conflicted this week about finishing season 3 by the next episode. Let's talk about the Olympics. Ooh, the opening ceremony, y'all. Yes, Celine sang. Oh, the runway ripped. Ooh, yes. Okay. Let's also talk about if we're gonna talk about the Olympics, we just got to bring it home to the U.S. soil and just say her name, Sonya Massey. And we just gonna take a moment because I could go there. I don't really want to go there because I'm very much still processing a lot of this and I'm ready to go up. But I'm gonna just dial it back and we're gonna say her name, Sonya Massey. Sonya Massey. Sonya Massey. Unjust. Undeserving. May her body rest in peace. May her spirit live on forever. And let justice be had and changes be made. Okay. And Beyonce coming through with the commercial. One thing I like about what her little opening speech, she admitted and she stated that the USA is complicated. I remember that. She was like, all of this, and complicated. I was like, yep, that's a cute way of saying it. That's real cute. But Beyonce come on the screen, everything is just amplified. Okay. Seeing all the countries, I like open ceremony is legit live. Like seeing all the countries, the number of athletes that are gonna be. What am I trying to say? The athletes that are gonna be competing. Ooh, get your vocab up. Competing for their country and just like the good sportsmanship, like I love it. Like I love sports, and so you give me the world's best athletes. Come on now, I'm enjoying myself. One thing I don't like is the delay. Like, what do we? I also didn't like all the interviews in between because I'm just like, I don't want to. Why we keep going back to the USA boat and this if it's still docked? I want to see every country and I want to see what they looking like. I want to see that. Okay? I want to see that. So I truly enjoyed the opening ceremony. Shout out to the men's gymnastics for placing yesterday. First time in 16. The joy that they had for that bronze, here for it. Like, yup, and you on that podium. That's it, that's all. Come on now. So I have the challenge of trying to watch Game of Thrones and the gymnastics. I mean, not the gymnastics, the Olympics, all of it. All simultaneously. And one thing I'm going to do is do it. So that's it. That is all I have for you guys today. It has been a pleasure laughing, learning, loving, and living through your speakers today. Again, like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Oh, okay. I'm gonna just leave it right here. We'll save it. It's been a pleasure. Happy locaversary to me. Keep telling a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend that the podcast is here. As always, until next time.